So good day everyone. I'm here today to present my report on a fundamental essential topic in ethics and rights. So in our daily lives, we often hear and use the words rights, whether we speak of human rights, legal rights, moral rights, or even the right of a student, a worker, or a citizen. But what exactly does it mean to have rights? Whether the rights come from and why do they matter so much in how we live, interact, and treat one another. So, basically, rights is what you deserve, what is fair, and what is just for every person. So, hindi lang ito tungkol sa kung ano ang pwede mong maklaim. Kasama rin dito ang tungkulin natin na igalang ang karapatan ng iba at ng ibang tao. So kapag naiintindihan natin ito, natuto tayong mamuhay ng maayos at may respeto sa ating kapwa. So the first one, the meaning of rights. So right means tuwid or tama. So kung tama ang gawain mo, it follows moral standard and pasok sa tama at mabuting asal. And kung mali naman is it goes against morality. Ibig sabihin, labag ito sa morality natin kaya hindi ito tama. And next is elements. Elements of rights, these are the four necessary parts or components that must be present for a right to exist and be valid. So without any one of these is right is not complete or hindi ito makakompleto. So the first one is subject. So subject is kumbaga sino ang may karapatan and sino yung may karapatan at ito yung tao na may rights. Kumbaga siya yung tinatawag na holder of rights. So ibig sabihin, siya yung nakikinabang at pwedeng gumamit ng rights and also mahalaga itong subject dahil siya ang may tinatawag na moral power, like may kakayahan siyang gumawa ng isang bagay o hingin kung ano ang nararapat para sa atin or sa iyo. So next is object. So object is meaning is kung ano yung karapatan mo, like ano yung meron ako or meron ka. Kung ano yung pwede mong gawin o makuha o naranasan dahil sa rights natin. So next is title. Title is kumbaga bakit may right ang tao. So dahil ang title ang reason o justification kung bakit pwede niyang i-claim ang rights niya. So for example, si Juan na may right sa kanyang kotse dahil siya ang may-ari. So kung ano yung pagmamayari mo, yung title mo. So another, for example, ako na for example ako na nagtitinda ng prutas sa palengke. So bakit nga ba? So dahil ako yung may hawak ng stall at may permit. So dito ang permit and pagmamayari is yun yung title ko. So next is source of rights. The source of rights refers to the origin or where our rights come from. It's not just a guess or what we want. So might is just strength. So kapag malakas ka, pwede mo makuha ang gusto mo. Pero hindi ibig sabihin is hindi ibig sabihin ay tama ito. Halimbawa nagnakaw ka ng ninakaw mo ang gamit ng iba kasi mas malakas may kakayahan ka o malakas ka. So kumbaga, meron kang lakas pero wala kang karapatan na gawin ito. Next naman yung right. Right means moral power. Kumbaga ito yung tama and fair and respected by all. So kahit na wala kang lakas or wala kang kakayahan, meron ka pa ring rights or mayroon ka pa ring karapatan dahil ito ay legitimate. And the next one is kinds of rights. Generally, we can speak of 10 kinds of rights: natural, acquired, public, private, positive, negative, alienable, and inalienable, and perfect and imperfect. So let's discuss each of them. So the first one is natural rights. Natural rights, these are rights we get the moment we are born. So they are also called human rights. So meaning, ito yung mga karapatan natin na tagalin natin simula pa ng ipinanganak tayo. Kumbaga, walang pwede mag-alis nito sa iyo dahil tao ka. Kumbaga halimbawa, tayo, may karapatan tayong mabuhay, maging malaya, and mag-aaral at kumain, gawin kung ano yung gusto natin. And the next is acquired rights. So card rights you earn or get only when you meet certain conditions. So for example, may right to vote when you turn 18 years old. So kumbaga may karapatan na tayo dito na mag-vote, and also may karapatan din tayo magtrabaho or kumuha ng driver license. And then next is a public rights. So dito is that belongs to the whole community, state, or church, not for one person only. So meaning tayo ay may mga karapatan din na hindi lang para sa isang tao, kundi para sa buong community, country, and society. Kumbaga tayo di ba is may karapatan din tayo mamuhay, no? Di ba? Mamuhay ng payapa. And the next is a private rights. Private rights are rights that belong only to a specific person, group, or organization, and are not shared by the whole community. So ito yung mga karapatan na nasa iyo lang, and to your families. Sometimes is ito yung private right na kumbaga ito yung private na to is ito ay kadalasan na sa atin lang, and hindi natin sinishare sa iba. And the next is a positive rights. Positive rights, these are rights that give you the power and freedom to do or have something. Kumbaga ito ay mga karapatan na nagbibigay sa atin ng lakas at kalayahan gumawa o magkaroon ng isang bagay. So sinasabi nito na pwede mong gawin ito at may karapatan kang gawin ito. The next is a negative rights. Negative rights, these are rights that protect you from being forced or made to do bad, illegal or immoral things. It means no one can make you do something wrong. Kumbaga, walang sino man ang pwedeng pilitin kang gumawa na masama o mali, like hindi mo kailangan pumatay kahit ano sabihin ng iba. And the next is alienable rights. Alienable rights are rights that you can give up, sell, or transfer to another person. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mong i-surrender o ipasa sa iba ang karapatan na yan kung gusto mo. For example nito ay ang ating lupa o mga sasakyan or alas. So, lahat ng ito ay pwede nating ilipat sa ibang tao or ibenta. And next is inalienable rights. Inalienable rights are rights that you cannot transfer, sell, or give up to anyone. So these rights are very important because they are needed for you to live properly and be a human being. So hindi mo ito maialis sa sarili mo at walang sino mang ang pwedeng kumuha nito sa iyo. So next is perfect rights. Perfect rights that are recognized, protected, and enforced by the law of the land. So kapag nilabag mo ito, kapag nilabag ng ibang tao, so kapag nilabag ito ng ibang tao, mayroon kang karapatan na ipaglaban ito sa korte o sa mga authority, and may katapat na parusa sa mga lumalabag nito sa iyo. So kaya tinatawag din itong legal or jurisdictional rights. And the number 10 is imperfect rights. Imperfect rights are rights that are not enforced or protected by the law. They come only from our morality, conscience, and goodness, not from legal rules. That is why they are also called non-jurisdictional rights. So when we say non-jurisdictional rights, it means not related to the law or not based on a legal rules. Kasi nakabase lang ito sa kabutihan ng puso at tamang pag-uugali, kaya tinatawag din itong non-jurisdictional rights. For example, you have rights to express gratitude or thanks to someone who helped you. So meaning it is good and right to say thank you or repay someone who was kind to you. So it is your moral rights to do it. But if you don't do it, the law will not punish you. You won't get to jail or pay a fine. It is only between you and your conscience. The next is properties of rights. So dito is rights are important because they protect every person freedom, dignity and life. So however, right also have limitation and responsibilities. So according to moral and legal principle, rights have three important properties. The first one is limitation, coalition, and inviolability. Because these properties help maintain peace, fairness, and respect among people in society. So the first one is limitation of rights. Limitation of rights is meaning kahit may karapatan tayo, hindi ibig sabihin na pwede natin gawin lahat ng gusto natin. Kumbaga may limitation pa rin ito dahil ang batas ang nagbibigay nito at ang purpose ng limitation ay para hindi maapektuhan o ma-violate ang rights ng ibang tao. So the second is collection. Collection is rights, collection of rights ay nangyayari ito kapag parang may dalawang rights na nagko-conflict. So for example, right to free speech versus rights to privacy. So may freedom of speech ka nga pero may karapatan din ang tao sa kanilang privacy. So kung may secret information ka tungkol sa isang tao, hindi mo pwedeng i-post basa-basa through online kasi maproprotektahan dapat yung mas mapoprotektahan dapat yung privacy at dignity nila or natin or nila. So the third is inviolability, meaning kapag may lumabag sa rights mo or natin, may karapatan ka pa ding protektahan ng sarili mo. Kumbaga kapag may umatake sa'yo, so may rights kang ipagtanggol ang sarili mo pero in the good way. Hindi ibig sabihin na pwede ka na agad gumawa ng sobrang violence. So next is we have 4 reasons of moralities. So the first is that the intention of the defendant should be geared only towards the protection or vindication of the rights. So dapat ang purpose lang mo ay protektahan lang ang rights, sarili mo or rights mo, hindi para gumanti o manakit. Next is that there is no other way of defending the rights. So force should be the last option. So kapag may peaceful solution pa ito, yun muna dapat. So kumbaga kung kaya makiusap o makipag-usap, humingi ng tulong or tumawag ng pulis, yun muna dapat gawin. Kumbaga violence should only happen kapag wala na talagang ibang paraan para maprotektahan ang sarili natin or rights mo. And the next third is that violence should be used only in times of aggression. Kung pwede lang gumamit ng force habang may umatake sa'yo or panganib na ang buhay mo. Ibig sabihin, pwede lang gumamit ng force habang may umatake sa'yo o may danger. Hindi yung sa kakapag-agalaw or atake kapag wala na yung tao or tapos na ang gulo. Kumbaga, hindi na pwede yun kasi bawal na gumanti dahil hindi na yun self-defense kundi revenge na yun. So the last one is that the rights to be defended is primordially important like purity, life, dignity, freedom among others. So kapag ipinaglaban or pinaprotektahan mo ang sarili mo or isang rights gamit ang force or self-defense, dapat is pinaprotektahan natin is yung pinaka-importanting rights natin. So yun po and maraming salamat.